Right, I best think we better look at Purgatory and give our thoughts on it and give it a gander. So, Command say that Purgatory has an aggressive playstyle, entering enhanced Demonic Rampage state, then crushing the opponent with a flurry of special attacks and incinerates. She starts each fight with 0 Bloodthirst. That seems that she's persistent. And landing any attack increases Bloodthirst and grants her some bonus power. Once Bloodthirst hits its maximum of 100, she enters Demonic Rampage for a period of time, granting her extra attack rating bonus effects on her special attacks and a second medium. Incinerates the opponent. Demonic Rampage is paused whenever Purgatory feels a bar of power. So try and do as many times as possible to really maximize impact. Okay, good. Let's have a look. Energy resistance, immune to incinerates, and all attacks deal energy damage instead of physical. Combat power rating is increased by 40%. Nice. So that's quick burst of power. Okay, cool. I like that. Gain additional abilities. This is also this is, by the way, this is incredibly annoying for those that use Human Torches as a counter for this. Other champions, other science champions are going to have to do that. Really kind of like smack this opponent down. So it's going to be fun. It's very, very fun. It's important to make note that Purgatory's class soul abilities farther down her info page, even if they are not listed under this header, they're always active and can have a significant impact on the fight. Okay. So all attacks, Bloodthirst. Purgatory's well-timed blocks and basic attacks hits from champions grant Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst falls off over time, falling off faster the longer it's been since it's last increased. Bloodthirst falls off slower for each buff on the opponent during any special and when fighting as a defender. Gaining any Bloodthirst grants up to 9% of a bar of power based on the Bloodthirst over 1.5 seconds. It's very wordy to kind of for this champion. Not that there's anything against that. It's just simplifying these things. Essentially, because there's a lot that needs to be mentioned, and it does give the impression this is from reading it some sort of not actually. It may not be persistent. It doesn't say that it is. But maybe it's a case that this is something that is kind of like in the fight, like a building up champion, like a combo builder to a degree. I think that's what it's giving the indication. I mean, I will kind of like properly kind of read this in a moment, but just to jump a little bit. So with some of these things like these soul things, it gives the vibe that this is more of a kind of a beardo, really. So. Oh, sorry, here we go. Winning the fight during Demonic Rampage or with a special attack instantly captures the opponent's soul. The duration of the Mystic, Cosmic, and Skill Souls is increased by 35%. The potency of Text Mutant Souls is increased by the same percent. For the Mystic Soul, the power is... I get this is the thing, like, it's too wordy, but I think this is kind of explaining this champion is sort of persistent. Especially because it's winning the fight here, it captures the opponent's soul. Again, maybe there's something souls like stuff here. Like, yeah, this. If you capture a soul of the specific type of class, it will help you down the line. The same way that it's more like Mr Sinister and various other champions. I think MODOK is the same, similar kind of like thing. If you win a fight of a specific type of class being defeated. And these things do different things. So when the opponent activates a special attack, passively regenerates 60% of damage taken from blocked hits for 6 seconds. Cosmic Soul is when filling a bar of power, nullify one buff of the opponent. If the buff was nullified, gain an unblockable buff for 2 seconds. Tech Soul, when filling a bar of power, inflict a non-stacking armor break debuff for 6 seconds, reducing armor rating by minus 1,400. And Mutant is when the opponent activates a special attack, power steals 66% of their remaining power, gaining 100% of the power stolen. Skill is when a damage over time debuff on the opponent expires as is purified or fails to apply immunity. Inflicts slow passive for 9 seconds. Slow reduces unstoppable and evading ability accuracy and prevents the effects of unstoppable. Slow won't trigger against a natural class advantage, and that chemically tainted souls of science champions cannot be stolen. Okay, but that's the thing. I'll be interested to find out. I'm just reading this. These abilities are all designed to be effective both against the class that triggers them, as well as a variety of other matchups in other classes. For example, the Mutant Soul is useful for reducing the frequency of Mutant Power's special attacks, but when brought against Terek's or Crossfight Soul ability, it's able to completely drain the power after it uses a special attack and immediately disables the rock field. Okay, good. But I guess that's really the thing. It's just kind of going like, okay, that's brilliant, as long as you can use these against multiple different things, and that's just something to test out there. The Crossfight Soul capture, does it apply? Can you use like a Mystic's? If you kind of got a Mystic, Cosmic, and Tech, and then you're and a Mutant and Skill, if you then go into a fight against like the next champion, which is a Cosmic, do all of these things apply? And that's going to be the real thing there. If like what kind of advantages you might one might get. So that's going to be something to test out and consider based on this stuff. So yeah, I like it. I like it because it's like a Mr Sinister. It's like a Beardo. It's like a real kind of like mixed together, and especially from this kind of like build up thing here with Demonic Rampage, which you get the attack rating improvements, which looks sick, especially on that volume right there of 2,274. So yeah, that build up is important. Demonic Rampage gives Purgatory a large boost of her attack rating, and she's able to consume her own power to inflict and incinerate. While consuming her own power might seem like a negative effect at first glance, careful timing of her attacks and managing her power meter can allow her to cross back and forth over power thresholds repeatedly by spending power with medium 2, then gaining it back with Bloodthirst. Crossing these thresholds will keep Demonic Rampage paused and really increase Purgatory's damage output. Sounds great. And that's what I'd love to do. Purgatory gains another huge fury buff when launching special attacks during Demonic Rampage, managing her specials against the power gained from Bloodthirst and the power consumed via Incinerates takes a bit of skill and practice, but it's key to unlocking her true potential. I guess this is the thing. It seems like a very skill-based champion. I think as a lot of people have kind of like dissected from this. Especially if you look at like some of the specials being thrown as well, and the rotation and building Bloodthirst. Because like SP1, you gain Bloodthirst, and it's activated during Demonic Rampage. Each hit regenerates 10% of the damage dealt. Nice. This is very much like Morningstar. I know. Kind of like I should have drawn that comparison. To say this should be like Morningstar. Difference is it's class specific on gaining the certain things of the souls, rather than kind of gaining the souls through the means of just like regularity of building up the 5, or kind of having the synergy to bolster it quicker. The regeneration is improved by both her fury buff and attack rating increases by Demonic Rampage. So maybe you want to look on being as it says here in Demonic Rampage. SP2, the last hit inflicts a degeneration debuff, dealing 7,676.1 direct damage over 6 seconds. That's good. That's good ramp up, and it's kind of like it's a good amount of damage, and unblockable if it's Demonic Rampage if you are in at the time. And the SP3 is a non-stacking power gain buff, granting 100% of max power. And Kabam say that the duration of the power gain buff is very long, which means Purgatory won't gain power very quickly. However, this can use this buff in combination with the power consumed in Demonic Rampage to more easily cross back and forth over power thresholds as for how to steal the opponent's soul. Okay, so SP3 is if the opponent's soul is captured, this attack deals 4% of their max health in direct damage. And yeah, the crossfight of when filling a bar of power. As Purgatory gains power, the Bloodline Sword steadily steals opponent's soul from their body, gaining 1 soul shard when filling a bar of power, 2 when fighting as a defender. At 9 shards, she captures the opponent's soul, inflicting an indefinite passive neutralize that reduces buff ability accuracy by 65%. That's better than, because a lot of the times, what is it, like mutant abilities or mystic nullify abilities, or I won't trigger, but I don't know if these kind of like bypass those nodes that suppress. Winning the fight after capturing their soul also permanently activates their class soul ability for the next 2 fights. Against all classes, right? That gives you the answer. That works with that, and only 2 fights though. That's kind of restrictive. I don't know if I overly like that. It was noted above that Purgatory really wants to cross back and forth over power thresholds while pausing Demonic Rampage. It's great reason to do so. The other benefit she gains is steadily stealing the opponent's soul. A stolen soul only allows her to carry her soul abilities into future fights, as well as unlocking the bonus damage on her SP3. Okay. So there's a lot to this champion that meets the eye. There's a lot of interactional stuff that seems kind of cool, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this champion to like test it out. There seems to be some other kind of like cool little synergies, and that is Purgatory instantly gains a Mystic Cross Fight Soul class soul at the start of Purgatory's first fight in a quest, and it lasts for the entire quest. That's with Guillotine. Bleed triggered by critical hits have a chance to be critical bleeds. Oh, spicy for her. Spicy for Guillotine. And critical bleeds multiply their damage and Guillotine critical damage. Okay. So it looks like there's a lot of kind of like a bonus stuff here. That's nice. Something with Hela, which strikes grant 1 additional bloodthirst per captured soul. And then there's some stuff here with Immortal Hulk, some What If stuff, Mephisto stuff, and Dormammu. Nothing really kind of too substantial down here. So yeah, it just looks like it's going to be a fun champion. A lot of skill-based orientated stuff again. And just kind of like understanding your fight by fight. Not sure if I'm a massive fan of that kind of like 2-fight limit. I suppose like looking at like Morningstar. Is this going to be a more potent but quick to build version? Maybe that is the case. But definitely looks fun. Definitely looks like it could be of great value for players. And as well, it looks like it could be, if played right, incredibly sustainable for being surviving in the fight. So that's going to be a potential good bit of news. And that's really been the video. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content we're going to be posting up today. Check out some on-screen content here. And I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.